The Enigma of the Illuminati. Alexander Thomson was a man of routine, an ordinary life marked by his work as an archivist in the quiet town of Woodbury. His days were filled with cataloging historical documents and rare manuscripts, his nights spent reading conspiracy theories that piqued his interest. Among these, the Illuminati fascinated him the most. Little did he know, his obsession was about to turn his mundane life into an extraordinary tale of adventure, horror, and terror. One chilly autumn evening, as Alexander was about to close his office, he found an envelope slipped under his door. The envelope was sealed with a peculiar wax emblem, a pyramid with an eye at its apex. His heart raced as he recognized the symbol of the Illuminati. He opened the envelope with trembling hands and found an intricately designed invitation inside. It read, "Mr. Thomson, your presence is requested at a gathering that will unveil truths beyond your wildest imaginations. Arrive at the old manor on the outskirts of Woodbury by midnight. Trust in the journey." The Illuminati. Alexander's mind whirled with a mix of excitement and apprehension. Was this a prank, or had his years of research finally led to something tangible? Determined to find out, he decided to attend the gathering. As midnight approached, Alexander drove his old car through the deserted streets of Woodbury. The old manor loomed in the distance, its silhouette dark and foreboding against the moonlit sky. The manor, long abandoned, was rumored to be haunted. Stories of strange lights and ghostly figures had made it a place to avoid. But tonight, it was his destination. Parking his car near the overgrown entrance, Alexander hesitated for a moment. The air was thick with an eerie silence, broken only by the distant hoot of an owl. Gathering his courage, he walked towards the massive wooden doors and pushed them open. They creaked ominously, revealing a dimly lit foyer. Inside, the manor was a labyrinth of shadows and echoes. As he ventured further, he noticed symbols and paintings that hinted at ancient secrets. The atmosphere grew colder, and a sense of dread crept over him. Just as he was about to turn back, he heard a faint murmur of voices coming from a room down the hallway. He followed the sound and found a grand hall filled with hooded figures. They stood in a circle around a large, ornate table. At the center of the table lay an ancient book, its pages glowing with a mysterious light. The hooded figures turned towards Alexander as he entered, their faces hidden in the shadows. "Welcome, Mr. Thomson," a deep voice echoed. "We've been expecting you." The hooded leader stepped forward, revealing his face, a gaunt man with piercing blue eyes that seemed to see right through Alexander. "I am Lucian," he said. "You have been chosen for a journey that will reveal the true nature of our world." Lucian gestured towards the glowing book. "This is the Codex Veritas, the Book of Truths. It contains knowledge that has been hidden from humanity for centuries. You have been selected to help us decipher its secrets." Alexander's curiosity overpowered his fear. He approached the table, feeling the book's energy pulsing through the air. "What do you need me to do?" he asked. "You possess a unique ability to see beyond the surface, to connect the dots that others miss." Lucian explained. "We need you to read the book and unlock its mysteries. But be warned, the journey will be perilous. Forces will seek to stop you, and the truth may be more terrifying than you can imagine." With a sense of resolve, Alexander nodded. "I'm ready." Lucian handed him a key. "This will unlock the chapters of the book. Each chapter will lead you to a different location where you will face trials and uncover pieces of the grand puzzle. Remember, trust in the journey." The first chapter of the Codex Veritas led Alexander to an ancient library hidden beneath the streets of Rome. The library, known as the Bibliotheca Oscura, was said to contain forbidden knowledge. According to the book, the first key was hidden within its depths. Alexander arrived in Rome and made his way to the library's entrance, a small, unassuming door in a narrow alley. Using the key Lucian had given him, he unlocked the door and descended into the darkness. The air grew colder with each step, and the sound of dripping water echoed through the narrow passageway. The library was a maze of dusty shelves filled with ancient tomes and scrolls. Alexander carefully navigated through the labyrinth, feeling as though unseen eyes were watching his every move. As he reached the center of the library, he found a pedestal with an intricately carved box. And found a small, golden amulet inscribed with runes. Suddenly, the ground trembled, and the shadows around him seemed to come alive. Figures emerged from the darkness, guardians of the library, tasked with protecting its secrets. Alexander's heart pounded as he realized he had to fight his way out. Drawing upon his knowledge of ancient symbols, he used the amulet to fend off the guardians. Each symbol he invoked weakened their grip on reality, allowing him to escape their grasp. After a harrowing chase through the library, he emerged back into the alley, clutching the amulet and gasping for breath. The next chapter led Alexander to a haunted mansion in the Scottish Highlands. The mansion, known as Blackwood Manor, was infamous for its dark history and ghostly inhabitants. According to the Codex Veritas, the second key was hidden within its walls. Arriving at the mansion, Alexander was greeted by a thick fog that seemed to wrap around the building like a shroud. The mansion's windows were dark, and the air was filled with an unsettling stillness. He pushed open the creaky front door and stepped inside. The interior was a chilling sight: dust-covered furniture, cobwebs hanging from the ceiling, and portraits of long-dead residents whose eyes seemed to follow his every move. As he explored the mansion, he felt a presence watching him, whispering in the shadows. In the grand hall, he found a portrait of a woman with sad eyes. Beneath the portrait was a diary. As he read the diary, he learned about the tragic fate of the mansion's last resident, Lady Eleanor Blackwood, who had been accused of witchcraft and executed. Her spirit was said to haunt the mansion, seeking revenge. Alexander followed the clues in the diary to a hidden room behind the fireplace. In the room, he found an ornate chest containing the second key. As he reached for it, the temperature dropped, and he felt an icy hand grip his shoulder. Turning around, he saw the ghostly figure of Lady Eleanor. Her hollow eyes stared into his soul, and her voice echoed in his mind. "You must free me," she pleaded. "Find the truth and release me from this torment." Alexander realized that the key was not just a physical object but a symbol of unlocking the truth. He vowed to uncover the secrets of the Illuminati and free Lady Eleanor's spirit. With the second key in hand, he left the mansion, determined to continue his journey. The third chapter led Alexander to the catacombs of Paris, a vast underground network of tunnels filled with the bones of millions. The Codex Veritas hinted that the third key was hidden among the remains, guarded by the spirits of the dead. Descending into the catacombs, Alexander felt a sense of unease. The narrow tunnels were lined with skulls and bones, creating a macabre atmosphere. As he ventured deeper, he heard whispers and saw fleeting shadows, as if the spirits were aware of his presence. Following the directions in the book, he navigated through the labyrinthine passages to a hidden chamber. The chamber was filled with ancient relics and symbols of the Illuminati. In the center, he found a pedestal with a crystal skull. The third key was embedded within the skull, radiating an eerie light. As he reached for the key, the spirits of the catacombs manifested around him, their ghostly forms shimmering in the darkness. They spoke in unison, their voices echoing through the chamber. Only the worthy may claim the key. Summoning his courage, Alexander recited a prayer of protection he had learned from his research. The spirits paused, their expressions shifting from hostility to curiosity. They seemed to recognize his determination and allowed him to take the key. With the third key secured, Alexander made his way out of the catacombs, feeling the weight of the spirits' gaze upon him. He emerged into the streets of Paris, ready to face the next trial. The final chapter of the Codex Veritas led Alexander to a remote island in the Pacific, where an ancient temple awaited. The temple, built by a forgotten civilization, was said to hold the ultimate truth about the Illuminati. Reaching the island, Alexander trekked through dense jungle and treacherous terrain to find the temple. The structure was covered in vines and moss, its stone walls etched with cryptic symbols. As he approached, he felt a powerful energy emanating from within. Entering the temple, he followed a series of passages to a central chamber. In the chamber, he found a massive stone altar with a golden box. The box was adorned with the same pyramid and eye symbol he had seen. Like, subscribe and share, press bell icon for the next exciting episode of the Illuminati.